Alright, hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here. Today, I am attempting to teach you Pistons.
Fill the back.
I say attempting because it's very confusing. But, let's get into it. So, this is a piston. In case you don't know, this is a sticky piston. Now, a piston will push a block when it gets a redstone signal. It will not pull back the block, but it will push it. And it will push more than one block. What was that point supposed to be? I don't know. It can push more than one. That was it. Yeah, so it can push more than one block at a time. So you can effectively do this and just kind of push stuff along. But that's not typically how these are used. Well, not often. A sticky piston, on the other hand, will pull back its block, which is a very nice feature to have in most redstone builds. I think that one uses it, that one uses it, that one uses it. Yeah, so anything that you have a sticky piston in, it's because it will pull back its block. It will not, though, pull back. If it pushes two blocks, it'll only pull back a block directly on its face. A way you can kind of get around this, though, is by using slime blocks. So let's say you need your piston a block back, and the wall is like right there, but you want to stick out one, like that. First of all, this wouldn't work because the slime block would then pull these back, but in the hypothetical scenario, and then when you click it again, it'll pull it back because the slime block functions kind of like a sticky piston, so any block on its face will get pulled back. And there is a push limit, which was, you would never hit the push limit until they added in slime blocks and them sticking and everything. That push limit is 12, so if you look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks, and I'll push it. But if I add one more to 13, it won't. So if you look here, if I flip this lever, it won't go. Because what it's trying to do is this slime block is grabbing the block under it, and then that's trying to push all of these blocks on the same level all the way into infinity. Which you can't do because I'm pretty sure that's more than 12. So, how you get around this is by clearing out a little space under it, like that, or using what is known as an immovable object. Now, an immovable object, the most common ones you use are container blocks. So blocks like dispensers or chests or furnaces can't be moved because of how Minecraft's coded. They just made it to where you can't move them because otherwise it would delete all the stuff in them. Which it would be really annoying if you had a chest of diamonds and, you know, you push it and then boom, no more diamonds. The one exception to this rule, or to this, is shulker boxes. Because shulker boxes, it'll just break. Straight up. It won't not move, because if you place like a dispenser, it just won't move. The other one that you'll sometimes use is glazed terracotta, because glazed terracotta can be pushed, but it's a slick block. So that means that it won't get pulled by sticky pistons or anything. And with that, I think, oh no. Bear with me, guys. Quasi-connectivity. Now, quasi-connectivity is a fun thing. If I flick this lever and then push... It shouldn't be, but it is, and it does get used, but it's stupid, and it shouldn't be, but it does. Quasi-connectivity. Basically, that will power that block. The block does not realize it. Give block update, block realizes, block extends. Same thing with depowering. These two places, like that, around it, are where you can quasi power something. So like there, it won't realize it at first, but once you do that, it will. That's quasi connectivity. Doesn't make sense, but it's used a lot. For instance, this piston door, very simple, uses quasi connectivity. How you set it up is you put two pistons with 4 blocks between them, facing inwards, blocks on their face, and then a blocks running right across the top with your redstone line. And as long as that redstone line is fully powered, it'll work. The easiest way is just to grab a lever and slap it there. Basically how this works is when you power it, it powers this block, which immediately powers this piston, quasi powers this piston, but this piston extending gives this one a block update, which causes it to extend. So if I take this out, you'll see it won't do it, but then if I place the block back in, it will. Really simple, really easy 2x2 piston door. This is a flying machine. These things are way more confusing than they really ever need to be, but they look cool, so crap, I can't stop it. Stop. Okay, yeah, and basically just go watch a separate video on flying machines. It took me like 2 years to build this one. Not even joking. Just go watch a separate video on it, because I honestly don't understand fully how they work, so I'm not going to try and explain it. Another thing, I don't know why I have 2 of these set up, but T flip-flops. Best thing in the world. Basically what the logic behind a T flip-flop is you press the button, powers. You press the button again, unpowers. This is what you would use if you were creating a piston door that you wanted to press a button, it open, press a button, it close. So if you wanted to, for instance, make a vault door that stayed open until you closed it, until you wanted it to close instead of being on a timer, you'd use one of these for the activation circuit. But pretty much how it works, if I can find my buttons, is you have the button or any activation source powering this piece of redstone, which goes, you may remember this, the monostable circuit, which gives this piston a 1-tick pulse, which, if you remember, causes it to spit out its block. Really simple. And then that block then you make that block a redstone block, or you could use if I can spell it, cauldron, brewing? Yeah. Or you could technically use a cauldron that has water in it, and then take the input from a comparator. Would work. Which will sometimes be used in more dense circuits, because then you don't have this redstone block powering anything that's right here and right there and right there and right there, which can't get annoying. Basically how you build this one is you put a block there with a button on it and redstone dust there. Let me just grab all the parts I need. A sticky piston facing upwards with a block on its face, another block there with a repeater facing out of it, a piston facing any direction, just don't face it back towards the repeater. That'll break it. Then a cauldron or redstone block or whatever you want on its face. A block there with a comparator set to normal mode. And then you press it, and it'll work. Really simple, really cool. The last one is another one that uses quasi-connectivity. Now if I stand up here, I press this button, you see there's nothing around it. I press this button, I get a piece of steak. This one works using quasi-connectivity. How you would set this is known as a magic button, and it can look really cool, but it's kind of impractical. And I just use steak as a way to show what it did. It doesn't have to dispense steak. Basically, how you set this up is you need a slab on the bottom half of the block. This won't work right if it's on the top half. And then you put a block right there. Let me grab all my parts again. Boom, boom. Okay. With a button on its face. And then a sticky piston below it, like that, to where it's just that block between them, with a redstone block on its face. Then you want to place a block there, break this block, put that, fill it in like that, lever there, comparator set to subtract, 3 redstone, turn on the lever, and then whenever you press it, it'll work. Basically, how this one works is pressing this button will power this block, which quasi powers this piston. And then what this does is this repeater, or this comparator, it's constantly giving this piston a block update, which means that it'll detect that it's supposed to be powered. And it won't work if you don't do that. And then this can be hooked up to, really anything. You can even hook it up to, if you put a lever there, you could have a what am I doing? I don't know. You could have it where it kind of pushes up for whatever reason. I don't know why you would want that, but you could. Yeah, basically it's a nifty little trick to power stuff and look really cool. It isn't really used that much because you do need to have it on the bottom half, but if you can find a use for it, great. I just wanted to kind of show it off because it does look really cool. And with that, I think I made sense through most of this. That was Pistons. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified of all my latest uploads. I'm hoping to finish. I'll probably have 2 more episodes of How to Redstone. And then that'll be it because I'll be starting a new survival world. Little tease there for y'all. But with that, thank y'all for watching. My name's Phil the Best. Y'all the best. Do 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 do. Boom.